as an author and therefore a bookseller, you have the unique experience of being one of the first vendors who are Square enabled. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Very excited about
Yes.
this. I've been using Square since April. Jack demoed it to me, and we squared up over coffee around the corner at Mint Plaza. And what can I say? I mean, I knew it was going to be huge back then, and I've been waiting to talk about it this whole time. And so I've been compiling a series of lessons, just like I did for the short format of Twitter. I'm doing the exact thing for the short format of Square. And there's a little field in Square where you type in what the transaction is about. And that's the perfect place for this discipline. In addition, there are a number of just sort of basic things about sharing your mobile with someone in order to make a transaction that are important to keep in mind. And as these new devices come out and are Square enabled, there's a whole new story to tell every time. It'll be very interesting as we'll follow the story. So that's a perfect place for a book app about Square. And so, yeah, we could demo. I think you've seen a brief demo, but yeah, it's looking a lot better lately. This is Square. So
and what are the newer features? Or
the nice thing here is now, if there's a product, you take a photograph of it. All right, sight glass copy. I don't know where this cup is. I don't know what this cup is about. But if I were to sell it to you, I would take a photo of it and use that. We're backstage at Sight Glass right now, by the way.
Right.
Another Square customer.
Very, very cool.
And there it is, a little photo on the side. And you basically swipe the credit card. That saves you a lot of hassle. And what I do is I just charge people a certain amount, and I get charged a certain amount there, so I kind of just throw it on top and add it to the experience of using Square. Costs you a couple dollars here.
Right, sure.
And then when you're done, you can sign it with your finger, and it drops a little geolocation pin, and you get a beautiful receipt. And I'm very proud of the team.
It's a pretty incredible technology, and I think it's something that will change the face of commerce as we know it.
Yes, just imagine when we all have it.
Yes.
And you're not swiping credit cards.
Exactly.
But it's a social network, and we all watch each other do, the social pressure of doing transactions in public or in our group, in our circle, will become very interesting. And we'll see, as you become customers of places like Sight Glass and you start to, become regular, the venue can reward you. That's also fascinating.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Or?
So imagine coming to Sight Glass, like I do, a couple times a week, and they know you by name, and so does the system. So you are presented with you just made a purchase, and you get another offer right there. So you're incented to stay around and maybe purchase something else. But any number of interactions that you get throughout the process of using this system. If you both have Square, imagine, I know this isn't part of their story yet, but you can imagine all kinds of things once they start to open it up a little bit. The ability to go from phone to phone or device to device. Yeah, this is the iPhone. So many things are possible. It's just a matter of what they want to do with it and when.
And so, what's next for Dom Sagolla after the adventures of 140 characters and the app?
So I want to keep talking about writing and keep writing essentially as I go, improving the book app, just as a repository of 140 characters book, but also possibly a Square book and other books. Maybe if it gets good enough, licensing that framework out to someone else who might want to use it. It kind of depends on how everything goes. If I sell really well, then I'll have those resources. And the model of my company is to put everything that I get from each app into the production of the next app and try to break even until one of them takes off. And so I'm still waiting for that huge spike and keep myself open to opportunities. So I really appreciate having a chance to talk to you.
And how can you be contacted?
The best way is actually on Twitter, and you can find me at Dom.
That's it. Okay.
This is my app, Big Words, by the way.
That Big Words. Oh, that's nice.
It's,
I like that.
Double tap to edit, or just edit on launch, and just does what it says. It just writes a big word. So
very cool.
Try to do it really. It's just optimized for speed.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Thank you. Thanks very much, Tom.